Islam is one of the world's largest and most diverse religions, with over 1.9 billion followers spread across the globe. Yet within this global faith, there are various branches and interpretations that make it incredibly rich and complex. To navigate this rich tapestry, it's important to recognize the fundamental beliefs that unite all Muslims while acknowledging the differences among the various Islamic confessions. At the core of Islam is submission to Allah, or God, and following the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Muslims around the world follow the 5 pillars of Islam: faith, prayer, fasting, almsgiving, and pilgrimage. These acts of worship are shared across all confessions. But beyond this, different branches of Islam interpret religious teachings in unique ways. Sunni Islam. Let's start with Sunni Islam, the largest branch, representing about 85 to 90% of Muslims worldwide. Countries like Egypt, Turkey, and Indonesia have large Sunni populations. Sunnis follow the teachings of the Prophet as recorded in the Hadith and emphasize the role of the community in interpreting Islamic teachings. Sunni Islam is further divided into schools of thought: Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali, each with its own unique jurisprudence and practices. Shia Islam. Next up is Shia Islam, which makes up about 10 to 15% of the Muslim population. Shia Muslims believe in the leadership of the Imams, who are seen as the rightful successors to Muhammad through his cousin and son-in-law Ali. One of the most significant events in Shia Islam is Ashura, which honors the martyrdom of Imam Hussein. For Shia Muslims, this isn't just a historical moment. It's a deeply spiritual event that shapes their religious practices. According to statistics, only 5% of people can subscribe to the channel and like this video. Let's start. 3, 2, 1. Twelvers. A prominent branch of Shia Islam is the Twelvers, or Ithna Ashariya, who believe in a line of 12 Imams. The last Imam is believed to be an occultation and will return as the Mahdi, or guided one. This belief strongly influences Shia identity, particularly in Iran. Another significant group within Shia Islam is the Ismails. Ismailis emphasize the importance of the Imam as a spiritual leader and guide, interpreting Islamic teachings in a more esoteric way. Sufism. Sufis, often considered the mystics of Islam, seek a deeply personal experience with God through practices like meditation, chanting, and poetry. Their teachings emphasize love and devotion, seeing the relationship with God as deeply personal and experiential. Ahmadiyya. The Ahmadiyya movement, founded in the late 19th century in India, brings a unique interpretation of Islam. Ahmadis believe in the Mahdi's coming and that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was the promised Messiah. However, they face persecution in some countries, especially in Pakistan, where they are considered non-Muslims. Ibadi Islam. Ibadi Muslims, primarily found in Oman, represent one of the earliest branches of Islam. Their beliefs emphasize community consensus and have a unique approach to jurisprudence. They are known for their tolerance and coexistence with other sects. Zaidy Islam. The Zaidy branch of Shia Islam, mostly found in Yemen, believes in a line of Imams descended from Ali and emphasizes social justice and political activism. They've historically played significant roles in Yemeni politics. Druze. The Druze, originating from Ismaili Islam, have developed their own distinct religious beliefs, including a strong sense of community loyalty and reincarnation. While they maintain some Islamic roots, their practices set them apart from mainstream Islam. Zicri Islam. Zicri Islam, centered mainly in the Balochistan region of Pakistan, has a small but devoted following, estimated at around 750,000. The Zicri sect emerged in the 15th century, founded by Syed Muhammad Jampuri, who claimed to be the Mahdi, an eschatological figure in Islam. Zikris focus heavily on dhikr, remembrance of God, with a unique form of communal prayer that is distinct from mainstream Islamic practices. Their primary religious gathering happens at Koh Murad, a sacred site near Turbat in Balochistan, during the night of the 27th of Ramadan. Despite their peaceful practices, Zikris face persecution in some parts of Pakistan, where they are sometimes considered heretical by mainstream Sunni groups. Mahdavia, also known as the Mahdavia movement, is another millenarian sect in Islam, believing in the messianic figure of the Mahdi. The movement was founded in the 15th century by Syed Muhammad Jaunpuri in Gujarat, India. Followers believe Jaunpuri was the Mahdi and focus on living pious lives in preparation for the Day of Judgment. Today, there are roughly 100,000 Mahdavis, mostly in India, particularly in the states of Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana, as well as in Pakistan. Unlike many other Islamic sects, Mahdavas emphasize a simple lifestyle and discourage the accumulation of wealth, placing great importance on self-purification through spiritual practices and community service. Quranists. Quranists reject the Hadith and base their beliefs solely on the Quran, advocating for a return to original texts. They emphasize personal interpretation and understanding of the Quran. Alawites form a significant minority in Syria, where they make up around 12% of the population, equating to about 2.6 million people. The sect originated from Shia Islam, but its beliefs incorporate elements from Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, and even ancient pre-Islamic beliefs. Despite their small numbers, the Alawites have had significant political influence in Syria, particularly since the Assad family, who are Alawites, came to power in the 1970s. Alawites celebrate many Christian and Islamic holidays and have a highly secretive tradition. One fascinating aspect is their veneration of Ali, the cousin and son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad, to the extent that some Alawites see him as a manifestation of God. Alevi Islam. Alevi Islam is a branch of Shia Islam with roots in Anatolia, primarily practiced by an estimated 10 to 20 million people, mostly in Turkey but also in the Balkans and parts of Syria. Alevis have a unique blend of Islamic, Sufi, and local Anatolian traditions, often incorporating elements from pre-Islamic beliefs. Their practices include music and poetry during communal gatherings, known as Sem ceremonies, and they honor figures like Ali, the Prophet Muhammad's cousin, and Haji Bektash Veli, a Sufi saint. Unlike mainstream Islam, Alevis do not follow the 5 pillars in the same way. For example, they do not fast during Ramadan, instead observing a different month of fasting called Muharram. Alevis also place significant emphasis on gender equality and have more progressive social norms compared to other Muslim sects. Nation of Islam. Finally, the Nation of Islam, primarily active in the United States, merges elements of black nationalism with Islam. While differing from mainstream Islam, it has played a crucial role in the African American community, advocating for social justice and empowerment. As you can see, Islam is not a monolithic faith. It is rich, diverse, and layered with different interpretations and practices. From Sunnis to Shias, Sufis to Ahmadis, each branch brings its own unique perspective while remaining rooted in the same fundamental beliefs. And there's so much more to explore about these different Islamic denominations, which I'll be covering in future videos. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay updated.
Only 1% of viewers will be able to subscribe to my channel and like this video before it ends. 1, 2, 3.